Guys are they're putting in training and contact days, and practice after practice, and trying to better themselves in any way that they can. But as always, you're going to see guys that are going to celebrate together, that are going to and hopefully be more disciplined. That's the goal. That was the focus that we've been all camp. I think we were top 2 or 3 in the state last year. It falls directly on me, so that was a focus for us during camp. Every drive and offense, you're all in all facets of the offense, and then carry the ball on return game, and field goal extra points. We're blocking well and get good snaps and good exchange. And be able to flip the field on field position, and be sharp in that aspect as well. And then emptying the tank as Edgewood goes. I've known Coach Menard a while. He's been a great staff about 4 years ago, and then we've played as I've been assistant, we played Edgewood a couple times over the last 6 or 7 years, and we've got them a couple times, they've gotten us a couple times, and they always have athletes, they're always well coached, and they defensively they really force you to line correctly, and they give you a lot of different looks, and so you got to be really disciplined with your eyes and being able to discern that and get stuff communicated well. And then defensively, I know they got a couple guys that are all conference back, a couple guys, big guys up front on both sides of the ball. So we're going to have to be really good at coming off the ball hard and physical up front, and hopefully trying to control the line of scrimmage. And that are towards the end of the year. Baraboo, we were able to sneak one out, and Delmondare we couldn't. So got to make sure we're not turning the ball over and giving them short fields, and then take it away and take advantage of that as well.
All right, that's Coach Ryan Kleppe here on our Wisco Radio pregame show. Coach, thanks for the time.
Appreciate it. Like I said, always thankful for Wisco. You guys did a phenomenal job, and excited for this year.
Stay tuned for the starting lineups and the Mount Horeb Vikings taking on the Edgewood Crusaders right here on Wisco Radio.
here alongside Brad Richardson, Will Harrelson. We've got Carter Kuhn and Dan Linz as well helping us out here in the booth. Mount Horeb Barneveld, as we mentioned, taking on Edgewood Crusaders. Mount Horeb last year 8-2 overall. Edgewood only 2 wins last year. That came against that came against Baraboo and Oregon. So team that had and they lost in the first round, but you got to take every team as it's going to be. You're going to be playing the best team each game.
Yeah, actually a tough stretch here, I think, to start for Mount Horeb and Barneveld. Oregon next week, and then a big matchup. The Vikings. See the clock here. Cade, why don't you go ahead? We got time. Run through some of the starters.
All right, starting with the Mount Horeb Barneveld line at the left tackle position. Senior number 56, Eli Williams. Left guard, junior Max Olinger, number 77. Number 75 at the center position, junior Zach Young. At right guard, number 50, Cade Zerwanka. And at right tackle, capping off the offensive line, number 57, Preston Post. Moving now to the skill positions. At quarterback, senior Luke Hagelin. In the backfield, carries will be split between junior Malik Winston and senior Brady Gassman. At the wideout position, number 3, Miles Steinhoff, the senior. Number 8, senior Cal Ross. And number 10, senior Tyler Krubaugh. And capping off the receiving corps, the junior, number 28, Gunnar Nortman. Is the sophomore, number 38, Chris Pertusati. 3 returning starters from last year's defensive line. Number 50, Cade Zerwanka. At nose tackle, number 58, senior Gage Schultz. And the other end, number 55, senior Hunter Preddy. Their linebacking core is led by senior number 5, Scott Hall at inside linebacker. Other inside linebacker, junior number 4, Tyler Dino. The outside linebackers, number 56, senior Eli Williams, and number 21, senior Brady Gassman. In the secondary, led by senior number 2, Travis Classy. The other safety is junior number 13, Caden Lee, and senior number 3, Miles Steinhoff. Punter for the Vikings, as I mentioned, Chris Pertusati. Returning the kicks, Travis Classy, Caden Lee, and
Mount Horeb won the toss. They elected to receive here tonight. Mount Horeb Barneveld in red tops, white pants with the red stripes on the bottoms there. White numbers and letters, the white helmets with the metallic MHB on their sides. Edgewood Crusaders in their all whites. And is it crimson? What is their gold?
I'd have to say gold, yeah.
Gold tops, gold. Yeah. Nice looking uniforms, both sides of the ball. I think Lorraine's going to hold off here. Always nice. Their crowd out there, of course, we're going to be dry. And we'll take a short break here as they pause for the national anthem. You're listening to the Vikings on Wisco Radio. national anthem tonight, sung incredibly by Brett Fredrickson. Great job there, much better than any other recording they could possibly do here tonight. Brad Richardson, Cade Johnson, Will Haraldson, Carter Kuhn running camera, Dan Lindsay. We even got the boss man here. We might have to actually...
Bryce Hopwood, former Wisco Radio member, listening at home right now. Hey, Hoppy, how you doing?
Yeah, we'll get the Hopster. Has to run here. He moved halfway across the country. But he's in the big state of Texas.
Lone Star State.
Yeah. Mount Horeb Barneveld, again, won the toss, selected receive. They are starting on the south end zone.
If you remember last year, first play of the game, Jackson Rose took the opening kickoff. That was against Milton. Took it for a touchdown. So be nice to start the game off with this again.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
It would be a good way to start the season. I've got my touchdown call ready, but never know when you quite need that one.
Just never know in high school sports.
These guys, the rest of the year. Always fun to get back on the air and get football started. Kind of the unofficial end of summer. Grab my note here, Cade. Short, picked up and dropped just at 25 and stumbling up near the 34-yard line.
Good recovery, though. It's good to keep
Jack
your eye on
Fry.
the ball.
Actually, I need that other, I had an Edgewood one here, Cade. First down and 10 Vikings. And we'll call it their own 34-yard line. Luke Hagelin, the senior trigger man for the Vikings. He'll get the start. Familiar backfield, though, Malik Winston will get the nod, but of course Brady Gassman will play quite a bit. Ball in the right hash, two receivers to the right, one to the left. Hagelin back to pass. First throw, 2017 pump fakes. He spins, and he's taken down middle, and a loss on play number 1.
Find a receiver and good play by the Edgewood defensive line.
All the way back to the 26-yard line. Second down and 18 to start the first drive here for Hagelin. 3 receivers, trips to the left. Hagelin, he'll hand off to Winston, trying to find the corner. Gets it, eludes one tackler, sideline, 45 across midfield. There goes Winston, the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown Vikings on drive number 1.
There you go. Second play of the game for the Vikings. Touchdown Malik Winston. Great run. Evaded a few tacklers, and the Vikings are up 6-0 pending the extra point.
Winston cracks off a 74-yard touchdown run on play number 2 after losing 8 on play number 1, and the Vikings up 6-0 just like that.
Just like you said, Brad, good way to bounce back after a tough sack. So, great play by Winston.
Sideline, and Winston's looking good on that run. Tack on this extra point try. Lines are down. Snap back, ball down, kick up in the air. End over and kick is good. And the Vikings, just like that, lead 7-0 over visiting Edgewood Crusaders. We'll be back. This is the Vikings on Wisco Radio. And welcome back to Mount Horeb High School. Brad Richardson and the crew here as the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings strike quickly. Under a minute to go. Well, their first play was a loss, and second play, not so much, huh?
Yes, Winston's career long run. Last year only had a long of a 33, but great play on that one and a great way to start the season for the junior.
Cochran, and also back there deep for Edgewood is Brent. Kick returning. It'll be Pertusati. Lefty approaches, and it's a walk. No chance that touchback. Boy, his legs improved as well, kicking a bit into the wind. And touchback here on kick number 1.
Yeah, Pertusati, honorable mention last year at the kicking position. As we mentioned in the pregame, Pertusati taking over the punting role too, but the way he's just...
It's a good sign.
See if we can get some of these starters here for Edgewood. Thalen, the quarterback. Trips to the right. He'll sling it right side and has his receiver. Cochran across midfield, and a big strike early on for Edgewood. They're in Vikings territory.
Kind of bobbled the snap, but good recovery, good pass, just tough break and recover.
30 yards on that one. Try to get some of these skill players here. Wendler in running back. They'll run a lot of different formations, according to Coach Kleppy. You don't see that very often at the high school level. Wide side is the far side. And handoff left side, nothing doing there. Preddy and company, modest gain. We'll call it 1.
Yeah, as we mentioned in the pregame as well, this defensive line returning all 3 of their starters from last year. So talented crew last year, held teams to little yardage in the run game.
Ball in the right hash. Thalen in the shotgun. 2 receivers the right left. He'll throw it in the flat. And over him, good coverage. That time by, was that Classy over there?
That was Miles Steinoff on the pass breakup.
And it's 3rd and long coming up, 3rd and 9. A long 9. Early this first quarter, Vikings leading 7-0 on a Malik Winston 74-yard touchdown scamper. Edgewood got 30 yards on their first play, but facing a 3rd down and 10, maybe 4-down territory here. Kind of decision time here. They'll send 2 receivers to the left, wide side of the field for Thalen in the shot. Left side, and it's intercepted. Charlie Fish, far side, across the 46, and just like that, the Vikings turn him over.
Welcome to varsity football, Charlie Fish.
Yeah, just a sophomore, and was reading the quarterback at the time. And the Vikings.
Excuse me. And he got perfect interception. Great job.
Yeah, just a sophomore, and a lot of people know Charlie from the basketball court, but going to be a big contributor here as a sophomore on the football field as well. We'll see him at times as a receiver. Vikings, their second possession, leading 7-0 in this first quarter. Hagelin, he'll hand off to Pop. That time by the Crusaders, Penwell. Helmet to helmet on that one. Should say face mask to face mask. For the Vikings. He'll hand off again, Winston, trying to find the left corner. Finds it. Flag on the play across midfield, and that's likely in the area of holding where that flag came in from the official.
Similar play to Winston's touchdown run, but unfortunately holding against the Vikings, and they'll back him up a little bit, so 2nd and long.
Yeah, had some good blocks around the edge, but maybe too good for the ref's liking. If might have got a hold there.
So that's One decent thing, I guess, you get to replay second down. Hagelin has yet to attempt a pass. He went back to passing situation, but was sacked. Otherwise, it's been handoffs to Winston. They'll march it back to the 38-yard line. Second down and 20 at their own on the visiting Edgewood Crusaders from the Badgers South. Two receivers to Haglin's right, one to his left. Haglin back to pass, has time this time. He's going to throw near side and overshot his intended receiver.
Gunnar Nortman, I believe.
And Nortman now the tight end position.
Had Winston, yes, but now you just got to play conservative here. You don't want to turn it over in the defensive positive zone.
So they'll go three receivers again, to the right, one to left. Haglin back to pass. He'll roll to his right. He'll throw downfield, looking for his receiver and overshot him.
Tough play though. Perfect throw, just a tough play.
Kel Ross, the intended receiver, had him originally look to stop, misjudged the ball a little bit, and just landed over to. It was a nice spiral from Haglin. Good throw, showing off the arm strength here early in this one.
Yeah, Ross was angling a bit to his inside, to his left, and the ball may be a little wide, but slowed down a bit, and tough to tell from our angle. But regardless, falls incomplete. Fourth down and 20, back to their own 38-yard line. 25-yard line. Cochran back near his 21. Gets a good snap. And the lefty spiraling punt, driving Cochran far side, and it's going to take a modest Vikings roll and bounce and end up around the 16-yard line. That'd be a great time to read a live spot there, guys.
Okay. The Grand Stay Hotel and Suites is a brand new hotel in the Mount Horeb area. An indoor pool, hot tub, and a 24-hour fitness center. To see pictures, visit grandstaymounthoreb.com. Book online or call 608-437-5200. Make your revenue.
First down and 10 from their own 16-yard line. Thalen, the quarterback. Back to the three receiver set. Thalen pump fakes, and he throws it low left side. And would have been just a short completion anyway. It's incomplete. Second down coming up.
Yeah, other than that deep pass, Vikings forcing a turnover on the interception by Charlie Fish, but they've looked pretty solid so far early in this one.
How much time on that first quarter clock there, Kate? I can't see it.
We got 8:53, Vikings up 7-0.
Thank you. Ball on the left hash for Thalen. Three receivers again, little bubble screen right side. 4-yard line.
Good tackle, take him straight on.
And that was Brent.
Setting up third and short, a manageable third down, but with this defense, don't count the Vikings out.
And all the way up to the 24-yard line, they gain 8, third down. And a long two, I guess, for Edgewood. And Edgewood will burn a timeout. They talk about this third down and 2 call. We'll take a break as well. The Vikings leading the visiting Crusaders 7-0 here on Wisco Radio. And welcome back to Mount Horeb High School.
Land's End, with the kids back at school, you actually have a little bit of extra time on your hands, which is why you may be thrilled to hear that Land's End just started hiring people to work part-time in their customer care and distribution centers, both days and evenings. How do you apply? It's easy. Just go to landsend.com/jobs. That's landsend.com/jobs. See you at Land's End.
Vikings leading 7-0 here in this first quarter of 75. And the second series for Edgewood, their first one, now a 3rd down and 2 from their own 24. 2 receivers to the left for Thalen, 1 to his right. Has a running back. He'll hand off up the middle, and he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage, maybe getting a yard, but not enough. It'll be 4th down coming up. We'll give him a yard up to the 25, and I imagine they'll punt in this situation.
Looked to be Gassman in on the tackle, read that run, met the ball carrier before he could get to the first down, and Edgewood will have to punt.
Bestie punting for the Crusaders. Classy back at his own 37-yard line. Bestie stands at his own. So back him up 5 yards. Why not?
False start against the Crusaders.
Near the 20-yard line, so Classy will move up 5 yards as well. If things work out here, Vikings should get good field position to start their 3rd drive, leading 7-0 in this first quarter. Everybody should be comfortable now. All the nerves should be set aside. Bestie inside his own 10 at his own 9-yard line. 3 protectors in front of him, and gets a good snap. The lefty. And it's a spiraling punt. Low liner. Going to take a decent Edgewood bounce inside setup shop.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team, just like Kittleson Landscaping has been for over 25 years. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscaping specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. So you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
Youth night here in the field of Mount Horeb Barneveld football. Of course, big youth program here for both communities. Practicing many times over in Barneveld. Play their games over there. Also practice here in town some. Great to see all the youth. Good crowd here tonight for week number 1. Jet sweep near side and trying to find a corner.
Good play. Don't give up. If you get the yardage you can, just good play.
Getting up across the 47-yard line.
Yeah, we saw that jet sweep a little bit last year with Jackson Rose, able to get quite a few big plays like that, but Vikings, many different athletic receivers.
We'll give them a gain of 5. They show it again. They fake it. Hagelin, his first carry of the night, and spins up across midfield and fights for the 49-yard line. And that'll give them about 2 yards to go for that first down, 3rd down coming up.
May not have been a long run, but it's good to see him churning those legs. Tough run. Good run by Hagelin.
Just across midfield. It's about 1.5 yards, but we'll call it. They'll look to the sideline. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Malik Winston in the backfield. 3rd down and 2, Vikings right across midfield. It's a handoff to actually fake the handoff. Hagelin keeps it for Vikings first down up near the 41-yard line. That was something that Coach Kleppe talked about last night with me, just offense.
Yeah, fooled me. I think he looked like he fooled you too on that read option play. Great read by Hagelin. Pick up the first down.
Oh, yeah.
Really does a good job of extending that play and keeping it in the gut of Winston as long as he can. First down and 10, Vikings on the march at the Edgewood 41-yard line. Here's Winston again, trying to find the right corner. Has it in the 30 and tapped out of bounds up across the 20, who comes up a little slow. Let's see if Gassman will check in for him. They'll mark him all the way up to the 21-yard line.
It's good to chip away these yards, tiring down these defenses. Just keep punching the run, and you'll eventually get the ball into the end zone.
Vikings threatening first down and 10 at the Edgewood 21-yard line. Ball in the right hash, Hagelin quickly He'll hand off to Winston up the middle, fighting up near the 17-yard line.
Winston, the ball carrier.
Mount Horeb Barneville's offensive line so far in this open up these running holes and seams for the running back.
Absolutely. It's one thing to have a good running back. It's even more important to have a good offensive line, and it's a good sign so far with the score 7-0 Vikings.
This pace for Mount Horeb. They're not necessarily hurry up, but they're no huddle, but just kind of rushes you a little bit. Hagelin, he'll loft it near side for Lee, fighting up near the 11-yard line, and he'll get it. I think that'll be enough for a Vikings first down. Yes, it will be. Needed 6 and got 6.5.
Little screen route there for Lee, and they'll give it third and short.
Third and inches. So
they might bring a chain. Nope, they're not going to.
If they don't get it, I think this is
I
fourth
thought he
down.
had it by more than that. Third down and 1. Oh, they do move the 11-yard line, so can get a first down. Hagelin, by 3 Crusaders up around the 10-yard line.
Look, once again, running that read option. Hagelin this time deciding to give it to Winston, but that's been working for him so far in this one.
7-0 Vikings. They're on the march to their third drive of this first quarter. Again, nice crowd here in the stands. A lot of youth football players here. Some youth cheerleaders out on the track as well. 2 wing backs. Hagelin fake the handoff. He'll dump it right side to Gassman, looking for the pylon, and he's going to be just shy, I believe, and out of bounds up around the 1-yard line.
It was a good play, good run, and we'll set up third and close, but good play.
Third and 1 up near the 2-yard line. Hagelin hands off. Gassman fighting up the middle, and Gassman's awfully close. They're not going to give it to him.
But he'll pick up the first down.
That'll be first and goal.
Gassman, the ball carrier.
Gassman and Winston both in the backfield there on that play. That's something we'll see a lot this year. 2 talented running backs. Split carries last year, and looks, as far as we've seen, going to do that again this year.
10th play of the drive coming up for the Vikings, looking to extend this to a 2-score lead. Winston's in the backfield. Handoff, actually quarterback keeper, Hagelin up the middle, and that's another the Vikings go.
We're running is working pretty well now, so it's a good sign to see that early in the season.
This drive started at their own 42-yard line, 58 yards on that drive, 10 plays. Capped off by 1-yard touchdown run by Luke Hagelin. Paradisati on for the extra point try. Lines down, ball down, kick up in the air, and he strikes another one through. Vikings lead 14-0 here on the visiting Edgewood Crusaders. We'll be back. This is the Vikings on Wisco Radio. Welcome back to Mount Horeb High School, home of the Mount Horeb Barneville Vikings during the football season. The home-standing Vikings lead 14-0 over the visiting Crusaders of Edgewood. Touchdown runs by Malik Winston and Luke Hagelin. Cochran and Brent back deep for this Paradisati. Vikings efficient with 2 of their drives. Nice end over end and a touchdown.
Yeah, Perdisati, give credit to him on a little bit on that last drive. Punted Edgewood back deep in their own territory, and then Edgewood punting back, and punter not as good as leg as Perdisati, and Vikings had the ball not too shy of Edgewood territory.
After the touchback, the ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Crusaders.
First down and 10. Edgewood from their own 20-yard line. I forgot earlier. I think I was playing by the college rules where they go up to the 25-yard line. So my time covering the Pioneers, sometimes I get right side. Jet sweep for Brent and stacked up nicely on the right edge by the Vikings defense. A modest gain on a little jet sweep. And they're going to get Tyler Dino in there.
Taking over spot for Cam Krantz this year. Scott Hall returning from last year's second leading tackler, and him and Krantz were the anchors of that dominant Viking defense last year.
Yeah, averaging just over 13 points per game as a defense. Thalen, he'll roll to his right and almost had his man there, Cochran. Outstretched left arm, and it falls incomplete. 3rd and 9, just like this first quarter.
Yeah, 14-0 is the score. Your Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings on top. 3:23 left.
3rd down and 9. Crusaders from their own 21-yard line. Nice night for football. I think the Rangers going to hold off here. Ball on the left hash for Thalen. And the running back is stacked up and drilled up the middle by the Vikings defensive front.
Looked like they ran a draw.
Gassman and Preddy and company.
Looked like they ran a draw, trying to do a conservative play. Didn't want to give the ball over on their side of the 50. So good play call, but just even better play by the defense. So,
boy, again, could be good starting field position here for Mount Horeb. Yard line. Gets a good snap. He'll square it up. Flag comes in. This one spirals. Classy will watch it bounce in front of him, and that'll be a teaching moment as the ball zips past him to the 26-yard line. Took kind of a aggressive bounce, but I'm guessing the coaching staff will want him to catch that one. Illegal shift again, so another penalty on a punt for Edgewood. Back him up even further.
Yeah, that one hurts if you're Edgewood. Nice punt on that play, putting Vikings deep in their own field position here, and we'll have to repunt it.
4th and 14. Line of scrimmage will be the 16-yard line.
Well, now it gives all get it down before you let it get too far down in your territory.
Yeah, Classy setting up inside Edgewood territory. He hovers around the 48 of Edgewood. Bestie is hovering around the goal line. Bad snap here. Lots of things can happen in the shadows of the goalposts. Vikings looking like they're in block punt mode.
Going to bring the heat.
Bestie at his own 2-yard line. Gets a good snap. Classy's going to let it bounce twice. He picks it up near side to 40. And sideline, and Classy gets up near the 36-yard line.
Looked partially blocked to me.
I don't know. Really good starting field position here for Mount Horeb again.
Yep, 30-yard line. Now on the Edgewood, inside the Edgewood 40.
Ball spotted at the Edgewood 36, where it's 1st and 10 Vikings.
I guess I'll take over some play-by-play duties now from the great Brad Richardson. Big thank you to him for all he does, not only just calling the game like this, but everything he's done for Wisco. As Hagelin will take the snap and hand it off to Malik Winston up the middle. Malik Winston trucks the defender, takes the ball inside the 30-yard line. Look to be spotted around by.
Well, positives of these short runs, or
there is a flag on the play though.
But like I was saying, these positives from good short runs is that it might tire out this defensive line, making it easier to eventually run the ball or have more time to throw it back in the pocket.
So back to Vikings up. Bring up a first down and 20.
After the foul, this ball will be placed at the 44-yard line.
Hagelin with Winston alongside him in the gun. Two receivers on the right, one on the left. He's got Nortman in the tight end position on the right of him. Hand off to Winston on a similar play. Winston looks to cut it outside, cuts back inside, brings the defender with him as he's
14-0 Vikings, and some promising runs from Winston here. Just a short run there, but he did, showing his power, knocking over a defensive man.
Hagelin takes a snap here, three-step drop back, looking for a receiver. Winston on the wheel route just overshot him. That'll bring up 3rd and 14.
Overshot him just a little bit, but showing that good arm that we know Hagelin has. So it's good to see that they're ready to take the home run shot.
That's a wheel route we've seen the last 3 years, and even go back further than that. Last year with Steinhoff and Gassman a little bit, even Winston, and the year before that, Matt Bloom. So probably see that even more from Coach Ryan Kleppy's team. Gassman getting his offense set. Hagelin takes a snap. He'll three-step drop back. Steps up in the pocket, firing. He's got Nortman down the middle. He's at the 20, tackled down inside the 10. Big pickup from Hagelin to Nortman.
That play was set up by a fantastic block by Gassman. If he wouldn't have blocked him, that could have been a sack and a loss of downs. But instead, it's a 1st and goal, I believe, for the Vikings.
That will be 1st and goal, excuse me. Nice throw by Hagelin just over the fingertips of the defender into Nortman's hands. Hagelin will take the snap, hand it off to Gassman. He's heading left. He'll carry a few Edgewood defenders inside the 5-yard line, tackled around the 4. Vikings up 14-0, 1 minute left exactly now in the first quarter. Hagelin in the gun once again. Gassman up the middle. Excuse me, that was the read option. Fooled me on that one. Hagelin taking that one to about the 1-yard line, bringing up 3rd down and goal.
I would assume here it would probably be a 4th down situation here, but they've been using the read option, so we'll see what they do here at 3rd and goal.
Hagelin, the snap, hand off to Gassman.
Did
he get it? Yep, touchdown Vikings. Vikings leading in this one, 20-0 after the 2-yard touchdown rush by Gassman.
So a good sign here showing that the Vikings can certainly score using both their running and good sign so far, and we'll see how it plays out through the rest of the season.
Perdisati on to kick the extra point. Hagelin on the hold. Travis Classy, the long snapper. Perdisati takes his 2 steps back and 2 to the left. Good hold. Kick is up. End over end. And it will be good. Vikings leading in this one, 21-0 over the Edgewood Crusaders. As my former colleague Bryce Hopwood said, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Wisco. Gassman on the down. We'll see if we can get a drive summary here in a second as Perdisati gets ready to put this one on the tee. That was an 8-play, 64-yard drive. Vikings, another solid drive. We'll see if their defense can come up with another stop and continue to add to their lead.
Yeah, we're late in the first quarter, a couple seconds left, 21. You never know, just play to win.
Perdisati ready to boot this one away from their own 40. Another line drive kick. This one goes in the end zone. That's Perdisati's third touchback in this game. Promising kickoff so far from the sophomore kicker.
He's showing that power teams might rely at the end on his leg, so it's good to see he's got a powerful one, and he might be able to save the Vikings if needed.
Yeah, Perdisati, a guy that can come in and clutch situations and nail a deep field goal if need be. Crusaders will take over with the ball on their own 20-yard line. He'll take the snap. Play action pass. He's got Cochran on a screen pass. He'll slip past the tackler and bringing the ball to about the 26-yard line, gain of about 6.
I can't tell who that was initially who got around the defense, but made a good play, just couldn't quite get the tackle, sniffed it out pretty well. They seem to be using the bubble screen a lot here.
First quarter. Vikings lead in this one, 21 to the Crusaders 0. This has been Wisco Radio. Cade Johnson, Will Haraldson, alongside Brad Richardson, Carter Kuhn, and Dan Linz. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Wisco Radio as we have a change in 5 here as we kick off the second quarter.
Promising start for the Vikings here, 21-0 at the beginning of the second quarter. We'll see if they can add to their lead to start the second quarter.
Vikings team has been dominant in all.
So when you have a kicker and punter with the leg that Pertusetti has and the arm that Hagelin has and the power that Winston has running the ball.
Thaleen in the gun. He's got 2 receivers on his left, 1 on the right. Takes the snap, hands it off up to the middle. That's number 20, Greg Zentmer, who will get a gain of about 1, bringing up third and about 4.
Nothing cooking there. That rush of the Vikings defense just make a play, so great job by the Vikings defense.
Yeah, we've talked about it numerous times. This Vikings defensive line returning all 3 of their starters. Hunter Preddy, this will bring up a third and about 4. Thaleen in the gun, receiver on each side. Hand off up the middle, and he will be tackled short once again. Zentmer on the carry. 4th and 3. More than likely, Edgewood will have to punt.
Just another example there of how the Vikings defense gets penetration into the backfield of Edgewood's offensive line. So good defensive series for the Vikings.
Back to punt for the Vikings. Once again, Travis Classy. Snap, end over end punt. Bounces at the Vikings at the 40 at about the 39-yard line where the Vikings will take over.
So a decent punt for Edgewood, and the Vikings will take over here soon. But like we said, they're using the QB draw and QB option and it seems to be working pretty well as far.
Yeah, we've seen all aspects of the Vikings offense working. Hagelin solid in the passing game right now. He had the long reception to Gunnar Nortman that ended up setting up the Gassman 2-yard touchdown. Vikings coming out here 1st and 10 on their own 39-yard line. 21-0 lead with 10:29 left in the second quarter. Hagelin in the gun. Alongside him, the running at the tight end positions. He'll hand it off to Winston, heading right. Gets around a defender, cuts right, gets upfield. Ball bounces out after Winston picked up the first down. Ball bounces out of bounds. Gain of 13.
Knocked out of bounds by Wendler.
It was a good run there, good block over the end. I didn't see quite who it was. Looked like Charlie Fish, but good run. Just ball popped out at the end, but it just happens sometimes. You got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, Winston's been showing the speed and the power in this one. He'll take the handoff once again from Hagelin. Get a few yards, gain of 4 up the middle. Ball spotted at the 42 of Edgewood. Now in Edgewood.
Here, but it's good to see Winston surging every run he has, trying to get that extra yard.
Hagelin in the gun. He's got 3 receivers in the trips on his left, along with Nortman in the tight end position. Winston on the right. Handoff to Winston, heading left on the read option. Winston makes a defender miss. He'll get up through inside the Edgewood 30-yard line. Gain of about 10. First down, Mount Horeb.
Just another one of those good runs by the workhorse Winston, just showing how strong and athletic he is.
Coach, it might happen like 3 or 4 times, just saying.
Hagelin in the gun with Winston. Next to him again, handoff to Winston up the middle, gain of 4. Another solid run from Winston, yards and 4 touchdowns. He's got 1 touchdown in this game, and get the official stat update from Dan Linz later in this one. Hagelin ready to get the snap here. Takes the snap, play action pass, block picked up by Winston. Ball thrown deep into the end zone, caught by Tyler Kruball for a touchdown. MHB.
Perfect throw by Hagelin, just a perfect route, just a perfect play in general. I can't say anything. It was just a perfect play. No.
27-yard reception by Kruball, taking the Vikings lead to 27-0.
Just dominance shown here in the first 2 quarters. I mean, anything can happen. I'm not calling it saying it's over yet, but just how Coach Kleppe has prepared them for this moment.
Perdisati, this one, good snap, good hold, end over end. Lead to 28-2, Edgewood Crusaders, nothing. You've been listening to Wisco Radio. That last drive, 5 plays for 61 yards, capped off by the 20-yard touchdown from Hagelin to Kruball. Vikings leading the 28 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Just like you said earlier, good on all 3 aspects, special teams, offensive, and defense so far. So we'll see how this game plays out, but good so far in the first 2 quarters.
The lefty, Perdisati, ready to kick this one off. He'll be looking for his 4th straight touchback. Perdisati with the kick. Line drive, end over end, and another touchback for Perdisati. Wow, he's got a leg.
Oh my goodness, yeah, and it does help. He was kicking with the wind to his back, but leg, and that looks to be a good sign for the Vikings.
So Edgewood will start with the ball again on their own 20-yard line. Thalen and company will now come out of the Thalen coming out. Zentmer in the backfield alongside him. He's got two receivers on the near side, and we'll have a stoppage in play. Timeout, Mount Horeb. Coach Kleppe not liking what he was seeing. We're going to go to a quick break. You've been listening to Wisco Radio. Kay Johnson, Will Harrelson.
We're back here, and are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan at Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing the state-of-art techniques located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut today.
That last play, handoff to Zentmer up the middle. Hunter Preddy having nothing. None of that. Tackle for loss by Preddy. Preddy in wisports.com defensive line. He's a players to watch according to wisports.com.
I feel like everybody on this defense is a person to watch, but yes, Preddy is a defensive force. It's a good sign here.
This will bring up 2nd and 11 for the Edgewood Crusaders, and another flag on the play. False start on Edgewood. Back them up 5 more. Some scores from around, and 21-0. Monona Grove leading Baraboo 23. They didn't put the Baraboo score in. Yes, that's courtesy of ESPN Madison. Watertown leading Beaver Dam 10-7. Newly added to the Badger Conference is Watertown and Beaver Dam, already matching up in the first week of this one. 2nd and 16 now for Edgewood. Thalen takes a snap. We got a screen, and he is tackled down right away. Number 13, Caden Lee on the tackle.
So you often see balls thrown behind the line of scrimmage with these short passes for screens, but it's good that the defense sniffed it out right away and got to the ball carrier.
3rd and long here for Edgewood. 3rd down situation. This Vikings defense has been dominant.
Yes, they have, and it all started with that interception by Charlie Fish.
Failing on the snap, bobbled snap. He picks it up, hits a receiver. That's number 1, Cochran on the screen pass. Able to make a little bit out of nothing on the muff snap, but not enough for a first down. And it'll bring up 4th down, and Edgewood will have to punt again.
That's just another example of how the Vikings defense rallied around the ball, going basically can towards it.
Yeah, Vikings defense have done a nice job. Fourth and 7 here.
4th and 7.
Once again, Bestie back to punt. And Classy will be on the return. 40-yard line, not a very long punt. It'll be down by Edgewood at about the 42. Mount Horeb will get the ball in Crusader territory.
Not the best punt there, but it'll set the Vikings up with good position on Edgewood's side of the field, so we'll see what they do here.
6:49 left in this one. Mount Horeb up 28-0. First and 10 here as Hagelin and company steps onto the field. Three receivers on the near side. Nortman in the tight end position on the far side. At his 30, down into the 25, knocked out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. Huge gain from Winston there.
Just showing his dominance there, trucking over a defender there, just trying to get the extra yardage. I'm sure it's a good thing that Coach Kleppe wants to see Winston giving it his all. It's also a good thing for the team to know that he's giving it his all.
Hagelin coming out in the gun. Once again, trips on his right. That last gain by Winston, 18 yards. Go back to Winston on the read option, makes a cut, gets positive yards, should be a gain of about 5. Once again, another solid run from Winston. They're giving him the ball a lot tonight.
Yes, they have, and it's turned out to be a pretty good idea because, one, he got a touchdown for the Vikings.
Winston on the read option. He'll slip a tackle. He'll break down inside the 5-yard line down to about the 3. Another big gain from Winston. Winston, great way to start the year for the junior running back.
Yes, it is. Showing his dominance over the Edgewood defense.
Ball spotted at the 3-yard line. First and goal for the Vikings. Hagelin with 2 receivers on his left, 1 on the right. Hand off to Winston on the sweep. Touchdown, Mount Horeb. Winston's second touchdown of the night. Vikings now leading in this one, 34-0.
Just a great drive overall. It also helps that they had the defense backed up. Good scoring drive here, which contributed to, I would assume, over 50 yards rushing.
That last drive just short of 50 yards because of 5-play 42-yard drive as Perdisati's ready to add to this one. Kick is up and good. 35-0 is the Vikings lead. You've been listening to Wisco Radio. Kate Johnson, Will Harrelson. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Wisco Radio. Your Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings leading in this one, 35-0. 5:53 here left in the second quarter. Perdisati looking to get his 5th consecutive touchback is the lefty kicker. Special teams is all set. Here's the kickoff from Perdisati, end over end. This one possibly returned. Nope. Lands in the end zone. Another touchback from Perdisati. Edgewood will start once again on their own 20-yard line.
Earlier today, that one was a little short, but that's saying nothing because he has probably the strongest leg on the team. So let's see what the Vikings defense can do.
If you are just tuning into our radio app, we are also live streaming on YouTube. You can go to wiscoradio.com to get the link to that. Carter Kuhn on the live camera feed. Dan Lynn, stat, Kate Johnson, play-by-play. Will Harrelson alongside me as Staline drops back. He's firing for Cochran over middle, catches it at about the 45-yard line of Edgewood, slips a few tackles. He'll get all the way into the 50-yard line, gain of 30 for Edgewood.
That was a good coverage there, just a better play by the receiver. So it's hard to do anything about that. Just a good play by the Edgewood offense. And
at midfield, 1st and 10 Edgewood. Big pickup from Thaleen to Cochran on that one. Thaleen coming out in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the left. The lone setback is Wendler. He will give it to him up the middle. Pick up about 4, 2nd and 6.
Looks like Edgewood is trying to not really copy, but try Mount Horeb's style of running, just power running up the middle. That time it was a good hole, just a little bit. Mount Horeb did a good job plugging it up.
Edgewood now in Mount Horeb territory. On the far side, one on the near side. He'll get the snap. Yellow hanky on the play. Handoff went nowhere. We'll see what the penalty is. Looked like someone jumped from the Edgewood Crusaders side. We'll see what Coach Kluppy does here on the play. Penalty declined, bringing up 3rd and about 7. Edgewood once again in 3rd down situation. Vikings defense has had them on their heels the entire game.
Yes, they have. Just the linebacker combo of Preddy and today on the offensive line of Edgewood.
Thaleen looking to pick up a first down here. He fires a shot and it is intercepted on the catch. Number 3, Miles Steinhoff.
Just an athletic play, just falling down, catching the ball, 2 hands, just perfect play by Steinhoff.
Steinhoff, a guy we saw play a lot of shifting over to the defensive side of the ball here, and will get the Vikings' 2nd interception of the game. They'll take over on their own 40-yard line.
The Vikings defense today has just been lights out. I mean, giving up just, I don't know exactly how many yards, but lights out, 2 interceptions, not allowing a single point for Edgewood, I believe. 35.
Hagelin on the snap, handed off to Winston, running to the right, tackled around the right hash mark after a gain of about 2.
Just another good run, not much not many yards, but keep going at it. It'll eventually tire out the defense, like I said before, and just keep with it.
Yeah, Vikings have been doing both the passing and running aspects of this game. Set. Nortman and the tight end position. Hagelin awaiting the play call from the sideline. He's got his offense set and will take the snap. Dropping back this time. Looking for Winston on the wheel route. Winston's open at the 40. Down. Mount Horeb. Winston from Hagelin. 62-yard touchdown. Vikings going up big in this one.
It's just a perfect pass by Hagelin. Perfect catch by Winston. Everything was perfect about that play. Now they set up for a point after, potentially 42-0. Just great play by the Vikings offense so far.
We'll call that last one a 62-yard reception from Hagelin to Winston. 3 plays, 70 yards.
Is good by Pertusati. The score is now 42-0, Mount Horeb Vikings.
And I think we'll step aside here. 3:32 left in this one, in the second quarter, excuse me. Another touchback from Perdisati on that one. Correction on the last play. That was actually a 56-yard pass from Hagelin to Winston. Winston on the wheel route, able to outrun all of the Crusaders and getting into the end zone.
Winston. So, good sign for him.
We've seen what he can do last season and looking like he's been even improved moving into this season. Failing now. Takes the snap, handed off, no gain. Vikings defensive line having none of that. Tyler Dino, Cade Zerwanka, and Eli Williams all in on the tackle.
Just another great defensive play. Like you said, Dino bursting through that offensive line, showing no mercy, taking down the ball carrier for, I think, a negative gain.
Yeah, I'd give that tackle for loss to the entire Vikings defense. Not actually, but they're...
Seems like it.
Failing. Looking to try to lead his team to a score before the end of the half. Under 3 minutes now in the second quarter. Gain of about 3.
So we are 42-0 here, Vikings, and Edgewood is facing a 3rd and 11 here. We're going to see. My guess is a pretty conservative play by Edgewood, but I'm sure the Vikings, their defensive ferocity isn't going to change. They're going to play from behind all the time. So
we'll see if the Vikings defense, if they're able to force a quick 4 and out here, they could get the ball with possible another chance to score. We'll see what Coach Kleppe and team decides to do. Failing, dropping back, looking to pass. Ball thrown over through his receiver, intercepted by Classy at the 45. He'll take it down to the 40, 30, tackled down Woods. Horeb. That's Staling's 3rd.
And Classy was just in the perfect spot, right time, and took it back for a decent gain. So setting the offense up.
Maybe a miscommunication a little bit between, well, first of all, us, but miscommunication between Failing and his wide receiver as Classy picked that one off.
I would say, you just take the good with the bad. Sometimes you're fortunate to have a busted play work out in your favor. So that's exactly what happened, but good return by Classy.
Vikings in great position now. Ball on the Edgewood 26-yard line. 1 minute, 57 seconds. Plenty of time to punch this one in. Winston running up the middle. Makes a tackler miss. He takes it to the 20. Ooh. Tackled from behind. From behind, but nonetheless, huge gain from Winston.
Tough run again.
Just 1st and goal for the Vikings. That will be spotted at the 5-yard line. Winston, 21-yard pickup.
Just some power running today by Winston, showing his dominance. What a great start to the season, showing he's improved. Just a good sign for the Vikings.
We'll have to get the official rushing stats from Dan Lins of Malik Winston and the rest of the team. Winston on the carry, gain of 1.
4-2 here, Mount Horeb, 2nd and goal. What they have tend to do today is go to that QB running back option, so we'll see what they do here.
Hagelin looking for the play from the sideline, letting the clock run down under a minute now. He's got all of his receivers on his right. Nortman in at the tight end position. Cal Ross split out closest to us on the far right side. And looks like Mount Horeb will take a timeout, letting the clock run all the way down to 44 seconds. We'll step aside as they take a timeout, and we'll take a timeout as well. You've been listening to Wisco Radio. Kay Johnson, Will Harrelson. We'll be right back. Welcome back here in this one. Vikings at a second and goal with 44 seconds left in the first half. Hagelin on the option to Winston. Winston, loss of 3, and it will bring up third and goal. We'll see what Coach Kleppe elects to do here.
Yes, we will, but he has looked at Hagelin's arm today and Winston's legs. So we'll see what he pulls out of the old bag of tricks here.
Trips on the left side. Hagelin in the gun, dropping back, looking to pass. On the slant route. To be caught for a touchdown. We'll have to get the number here. That was Drew Paulson, the senior, on the touchdown. Another touchdown for the Vikings. Leading in this one big, 48-0. Still 11 seconds left in the half.
Good throw by Hagelin. Even better catch. So, great drive here. Set up by the defense again. So, great.
Perdisati on to add to this one. Kick almost blocked. Perdisati got the kickoff. Extra point is good. Vikings up in this one. 49 to Edgewood Crusaders 0. 11 seconds left in the first half. We'll step aside. Welcome back here to Wisco Radio. 11 seconds in the first half. Left in this first half, Vikings over the Crusaders 49-0.
Just a dominating half so far by the Vikings. We'll see what they do for the second half here. But as the first half winds down, Tusati getting to see if he can do his 6th straight touchback, I believe.
Kick is line drive, end over end, lands in the end zone. Crusaders will start on their own 20 once again.
Farmers Saving Bank is a committed provider of high-level customer service. Whether it's for a home, farm, land, or business loan, Farmers Saving Bank money to lend. Call today, 437-2265. Farmers Saving Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Crusaders only limited time to try to do anything here as they're down big still in the first half. Failing will take the snap and they'll just hand it off. No gain on the play. Vikings defensive line all over that. Zerwanka, Preddy, Gassman all in on the play, and this will take us to the end of the first half. Your score, Mount Horeb Barneveld 49, Edgewood 0. You've been listening to Wisco Radio. We'll be back with our market. Welcome back here to Wisco Radio, the end of halftime. Mount Horeb Barneveld up over the Edgewood Crusaders, 49-0 here in this one. Cade Johnson alongside Carter Kuhn, who will be swapping places for Will Haraldson for the moment. Carter, we heard a little bit from you from half. What do you think so far of how the Vikings been?
Basically, all of their success has been on the ground, and that's at least what's gotten them to the end zone. A couple times they've passed it in, but I would say they've given it to Malik Winston a remarkable amount of times, and he's why aren't they giving it, or why would they not give it to him? He's doing an incredible job with the ball, great vision, very explosive, and can run over. I mean, right now they could. In my opinion, they could probably give him a break a little bit since it's 49-0 at this point. But, I think they stick with that idea, keep running the ball. Seems to be working well for them, and I think it still could in the future.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Winston, he's got the power to truck through some defense, breakaway speed in the open field that's got him touchdown. Pertisati now getting set. Teeing this one up as we are getting set to start the second half. Back to return for Edgewood. Looks to be number 11. And they don't got a number 11 on the program. That is actually number 1, Cochran, back to return.
You're seeing double, kid.
I know. Maybe it's this window in front of us. Pertisati, the left-footed kicker, boots this one away, a line drive. This time actually returned. Wow, that's the first time we've seen this game. He's picking up some speed as the returner. He'll take it out inside the 20. Ball loose.
Could be a fumble.
They'll say he was down. Took it out to the 25, excuse me.
And as you said, that's the first return that we've actually seen from the Crusaders, because Pertisati has just been, Pertisati, excuse me, Pertisati, there we go, got it, has, just been booting him. He's almost made a couple field goals off the kickoffs. That's how much of a leg he's got, so.
Yeah, especially at the high school level, only a sophomore. Pertisati, big. Thaleen and company will take this one. Ooh, runner gets loose. That looked to be number 2, Bestie, the punter. He got that one all the way to the 42-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 20.
And really, that's the first time that you've seen them explode into the secondary like that. I mean, he was really picking there. The defensive done penetrating that line there. But
handoff again. Up the middle, nothing doing there. Maybe gain of 1, maybe 2.
And that's the kind of penetration that Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings need. And they have been doing for more or less all of the game here. Stopped them at 2-yard run. Resort to their passing game.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that was about the first run. That last run was by Bestie, who's actually now on at quarterback. And we'll keep it on the quarterback keeper. He's got this in the open field. He's at the 40, down to the 30, 25, 20. Shoestring tackle there, preventing a touchdown. Huge pickup from Edgewood there. That's got to be their biggest play of the game. Matthews on the tackle.
Yeah, no question that's their biggest play of the game. So don't know what's gotten into them this half. They've really
He's had 2 quarterback keepers that have been big gains. This one will be first and goal on the 4. Gain of over 50 yards there by Bestie.
He's got some speed for a punter. I would maybe watch for some fakes later in the game.
And we'll have Barneveld timeout. We'll step aside here. Vikings up 49-0 in this one. 9:20 left in the third quarter. Welcome back here to Wisco. As they take the snap is Bestie. No gain on the play. And some of their second string defensive players after a solid first half by the Vikings defense, not allowing a single point to Edgewood.
Well, yeah, and I would say that bringing in those second string of your starters, make sure that none of them get injured. That's pretty smart coaching there by Ryan Kleppe.
Second and goal now, as I mentioned. Bestie in at quarterback. He drops back. He'll fake the handoff. Play action. Perfectly read by the Viking defender. We'll have to get the number here.
Bestie the ball carrier.
Did not see what that was.
25,
Ian Cunningham, the linebacker. He's a senior. Excellent play. Able to sniff out the play action. Loss of 7.
And to have the speed to catch up to Bestie, who, you know, we've seen carry quite a couple pretty big runs here. It's pretty impressive.
And Edgewood will take a timeout here. Goal looking to try to score here is Edgewood taking K. Johnson to Wisco Radio. Welcome back here to Wisco Radio. We're in a third down and goal. Horeb Barneveld is Edgewood. Bestie in at quarterback. Calvi, solid defensive. Something working with their offense.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Just trying to put any kind of pressure that build. I think that's a pretty good decision by Edgewood.
See if they can man up when it's time. First and goal. Toss to the play.
That's going to be for holding.
That was a touchdown. Negating that, I think you're
where the run ran to, for lack of a better word. Almost, it seemed, of one of the defensive backs of Mount Horeb.
It is negated by the penalty. Back them up. Coach Kleppe on the field trying to get his defense set.
I don't know what he's trying to argue. He got the penalty, didn't he?
There's still a hanky on the field as they get stuff. Mount Horeb now, but the PA announcer, Dave Reed, called on the Crusaders. Offsetting penalties. Replay fourth and goal.
All right. Second.
Edgewood huddled up here, trying to get in the end zone for the first. Under 6 minutes here left in the third quarter. We've mentioned numerous times Vikings dominating this game in all three aspects of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. Under center is Best. He'll toss it on the sweep play, and he is wrapped up. Vikings defense not having any of that. Whole entire defensive line in on that play. Vikings will take over 1st and 10 on their own 5-yard line. Great defensive stand there after giving up a few big plays.
Yeah, like you said, that's a great goal line stand for what was mostly, it seemed, a second-string defense against a competent offense, really, in Edgewood.
Going to be replaced here, though. Ethan Post in at quarterback for the Vikings. The JV starting quarterback getting some varsity minutes here with still 5 minutes running clock left in the third quarter. Post in the gun. We'll let Carter take over for play-by-play on this play.
And as we switch here, the Vikings break off a
Chase Larkin, the ball carrier. At the 25 or
defensive back. They snap it again. Another handoff, but this time to the right side, more on the inside.
ball carrier. Flag on the play.
And there is a flag on the play.
Looked like someone on the offensive line might have
Holding is the
grabbed a little bit of jersey there.
Yep, holding is the call. Now, we talked at halftime about how we haven't had too many penalties for the Vikings on either side. But it seems as they start rotating more second stringers into either side of the ball, it starts to the penalties are starting to build up perhaps a tiny bit.
I'd say overall.
Post takes the snap, hands it off to the left side again.
Markin.
Yep, Markin. This time does not get as much of an explosive run as he did on that first play of scrimmage.
stop.
Yeah, we can give you some pads if you want to go in.
We have 1 second and 19.
Getting under about 2:45 here, third quarter.
Still 49-0 to the Vikings. Ethan Post this time in shotgun. Looks to throw over the middle. He's got Isaiah Matthews over the middle. Is a great throw and a great catch.
Yeah, Matthews ran a slant up the middle of the field. Post led him perfectly because of the holding penalty. Big gain, though, on the play.
Oh my God, I'll tell you in a minute.
And it's a shame after, excuse me. Another play. This Vikings offense is pretty fast. Chucks it to a guy who slips on the sideline.
That moves the chains.
Yep.
Good throw by Post, rolling out to his right. Threw it on the run and able to hit his receiver enough for the first down.
Really great scramble there.
Post, the sophomore.
Vikings line up again. Post takes the snap, hands it off.
The ball carrier.
And it's Markin again.
1 on the play brings up 2nd and 9.
They've been giving the ball to him almost as much as they gave it to Malik Winston.
Ticking under a minute here in the third quarter. As we mentioned, the Vikings now playing in this one.
Hands it to Merkin again. Left side. Ooh, almost broke a big run there. Seemed like there was a hole. Gained probably about 2 or maybe 3 on the play.
Second team offense running the similar read option we saw with the first team with Hagelin and Winston. This time Post and Markin on the read option. 3rd and short here now.
And they're doing a great job of reading. Post takes a snap, looks to throw. Oh! He had a man. He had Simeon Smith, the tight end, over the middle, but Smith couldn't hang on to it there.
Smith, the intended receiver.
Great pass by Post. Simeon Smith on the slant route and has slipped out of his head. This should take us to the end of the third quarter, and it will.
So, end of the third quarter there, still 49-0 to the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings over the Edgewood Crusaders. And we'll take you into break here with some more advertisements. Here we are at the start of the fourth quarter. Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings 49, Edgewood Crusaders 0. It's a punt. One back to receive. He elects to let it roll. And the Vikings will cover it around the 16-yard line.
Pretty decent punt there. Took a nice Mount Horeb bounce. So Edgewood is now pinned deep in their own territory, so let's see what the defense can do.
Pertisati hasn't had to punt all that much because how efficient the Vikings have been on their drives, but it was a good-looking one for sure.
Yes, it was.
As you can hear that over the broadcast, I think, the rumble in the stands from the student section.
Yep, they're getting the team all
They're getting rowdy.
Up. Yep, they are.
Receiver off to his wide left. Hands it off. Oh, and he's got a big run on the right side. And it looks like he's going to break away for the touchdown. Joe Best, name you've been hearing a lot in the second half here. Breaks off for what was probably about, an 85, 84-yard run.
Yeah, I would say about that. And he took off down the sideline. Once he broke past the secondary, he was gone. Waiting.
Murphy Pegwell to attempt the extra point.
Lines up for the kick, takes it, and it is good.
The kick is good.
So the score now, 49 Mount Horeb Barneveld, 7 at
Welcome back here to Wisco Radio. After Edgewood just scored, I'd have to say it on 49 points. Still a pretty good effort.
Yeah, and that's very nice to see. Them still giving their full effort.
Yep.
Yeah, Joe Best absolutely broke away from everybody on that last run. Really no chance after he got into the secondary for Mount Horeb to catch up. Edgewood steps for the kick. It's more of a line drive and just bounces in to the end zone, if I'm correct.
The Vikings should start at the 20-yard line, leading 49-7 with 11:26 left in the fourth quarter. Here at Wisco Radio today, this has been a real fun day. Would you say, Carter?
Absolutely, yeah. It's been more of an experiment, if anything else. If you've been listening to the entire broadcast, you've heard a lot of different voices and a lot of different roles and places. Cade, who's been our play-by-play guy for a majority of the game, is now running the camera. So
and a difficult task, I would say the camera is.
Absolutely.
I wasn't very good at it myself, so.
Different strokes for different folks. Well.
Yes. Now, Luke Hagelin takes it. Oh, pardon me. Ethan Post hands it off to Chase Markin. Markin looking for any positive yards, and he just about gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Seemed like there was a bit of a...
Almost Post wasn't expecting it. Back in the hurry-up offense. 3 receivers to his right. Post.
This trips formation has been very profitable for them.
Yep. Snap to Post. Hands it off to Markin. To the right. Good little shake and bake. And he's cut down at about the 36 or 37-yard line. Decent run by Markin.
Yep. I mean, anytime you can get, book off, but 7-yard run is really, more than you can ask for.
Yep. It just wears down the defense.
Absolutely.
Snap to Post, fakes the handoff, looking to go deep, and overthrows. I believe that is
Simeon Smith.
Simeon Smith. Yep. He is not on here. Oh, I lied. Good looking pass by Post, though. Just overthrew him.
A bit long, yeah. And this will bring up the second straight punt here for Mount Horeb Barneveld, something that we have not been used to seeing this game.
But I feel like I'm not saying the game's over, but.
Like, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeesh.
Deep punt. Lost it in the lights.
Lost it in the Friday Night Lights, am I right?
Yes. And it'll be at about the 25-yard line.
I mean, again, we touched on this a little bit earlier. Pertisati has been doing nothing but giving the Vikings incredible field position on defense.
He's been unbelievable. His leg is probably one of the best.
And he's only a sophomore.
A sophomore.
Where
his future could be bright.
I mean, where could he even go from here? He's already booting them, probably 40, almost 50 yards in the air on a punt? It's pretty impressive.
Yes, it is. Hands it off goes to his left, breaking a couple tackles, and finally is brought down after, I would assume, about a 7-yard gain by. Well,
gain 7 on the play, brings up 2nd and 3.
Edgewood lines up for the snap again. Left in the game and taking. Oh, flag on the play before the snap.
Substitution call against the Crusaders.
Seems as though the Crusaders had an illegal substitution. I didn't see it myself, but
well,
I believe the ref's enough.
Yeah, I assume that they're
usually do a pretty good job.
For Edgewood. Snap to Best, hands it around, breaking a couple tackles. Good, decent run. He's still going down to about the 48 or 49 yard line. Good run.
Yeah, it seems like for Edgewood here, what's been the best for them is those runs. I mean, they just ran the end around to the side, but really seems like penetrating, or excuse me, not penetrating the inside, but instead electing to go to the outside has resulted in the best runs for Edgewood.
That it has. Edgewood setting up for a 1st and 10. The 48. Off through the middle and brought down just at, I would say, the 48-yard line.
We'll see if that gets him a first down. If it didn't, it's very close.
Yep.
It's probably.
I would say you would give him a first down. I would say. I mean, I'm not a professional.
Oh,
but
that's about a 9.5-yard run. Wow, that's close.
Gain of 9 on the play brings up 2nd and 1.
So 2nd and 1 for Edgewood. Mount Horeb the score 49-7 with 6:57 left in the game. Edgewood ready for the snap. Snap to Best, hands it up through the middle, and that should be enough for a first down for Edgewood.
Even though he did technically get a gain, it seemed like he may have tripped on the quarterback's feet there a little bit and kind of fell forward more than ran, but
it was a good play.
You always want to fall forward on the runs.
Correct.
So 1st and 10 for the Crusaders at the 43-yard line, 41, excuse me. And
another flag, another illegal substitution, it seems.
Illegal substitution. That has been killing Edgewood today.
And it seems more than, the offsides, things like that. It's been the illegal shifts and the illegal substitutions and things like that. Like the really nitty-gritty of football that Edgewood has been seeming to, mess up on here or there. I mean, they got 2 illegal shifts on punts, and now just on this single drive, they've gotten 2 illegal substitutions. So
Edgewood ready for the snap. Breaks a tackle, and he might be gone. That he is gone. Touchdown, Edgewood. And they add to their score. So it is now 49-13 Edgewood, pending on the point after. Good run again, Edgewood's.
Well, and it was that outside run again.
Yep.
I mean, they haven't been having much success down the middle. So, to the outside.
Correct. Seems to be working pretty well here in the 4th quarter.
Edgewood lines up for the kick. Take it, and it is no good. A bit dodgy here or there. It wasn't anything, I mean, who am I to say? I probably couldn't even kick it 20 yards, let alone 30. Or
hey, I'm here with you. Probably couldn't kick it 5 yards.
Yeah.
But that's why we're in here, and they're out there playing.
Yep.
So, decent drive. And we'll probably take a break and be back here in a couple minutes. So here at Wisco, we'll see you in a little bit. Welcome. Welcome back, folks, as Edgewood was getting ready for the kickoff, but Coach Kleppe didn't like what he was seeing and called a timeout to reassess things here.
Looks like some of the players are even frustrated. maybe Eli Williams there, number 56.
Yep.
Pounding his chest a little bit.
He seems upset, but that's always good to know, to be that dedicated to the game that you get upset about yourself.
But yeah,
so
passion's always good. I don't even know exactly what happened there. Seems like maybe they only had Bleak Winston now.
To be honest, I didn't see it either, and I don't want the old boss man here, Blaine Bessel, to get mad at me for here.
But yeah, I would say an odd scene there. Timeout taken on a kickoff. You don't see that. You don't see that every day.
No,
I'll tell you what.
You don't. Especially when you're receiving the kickoff too.
I'd have to agree.
My guess is Kleppy, they're doing an onside. Oh, they might be doing an onside kick. That might be why. Okay. So
yeah, they definitely have more. That Edgewood does have way more people lined up on the left side.
Wanted to get the hands team on. Kleppy did. Kick off and just a little pooch kick down to bounds. Flag is drawn.
So I don't know if the Edgewood kicker maybe just got a little bit too under the ball there than he was hoping to, but yeah, really kind of chipped over the block of Mount Horeb Barneville players that were
either that or he was just planning to kick it away but wasn't able to make a decision finally. Here I assume that Coach Kleppy's going to get his second stringers in a little playing time here with a score 49-13 Vikings with 5:24 left in the game. I'm not calling it over, folks, because, you know, never to say it's over, because, you know, anything can happen, and I'd hate to do this to the Vikings, but as they get ready, there is two receivers to his right, one to his left, as Post gets ready to take the snap. Snap to Post, folks. Correction here. Thank God for people here in the booth to correct my wrongs.
So the man kicks and he runs. Who'd have known?
He does everything, apparently.
Wow. Wow, he's got some speed on him, doesn't he?
Yes, he
Takes
does.
a run to the left side, gets probably about 15 yards there, I would say.
Yes, he does. Playing with passion is what I call it.
First and 10, Vikings.
Coach Klepp, excited about that run, jumping up and down. I don't blame him. I'd be pretty excited too. Snap to Post. Maybe 1.5 yard gain.
Starting to wonder if maybe Kleppy gave to Pertisati, maybe promised that he would give him some looks in at running back.
It might just be. I mean, knowing Kleppy, he does that kind of stuff.
Very good players, coach.
Just that nice of a guy. Snap to Post, hands it off to Pertusati. Nice run, fighting forward for about a couple yards, maybe 3 or 4 yards.
He's dragging some men with him there.
Yes, he is. Channeling his inner Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you got the legs to kick, probably got the legs to run and, you know, take a couple people on your back and run, 3 or 4 yards with them?
So that should set up a 3rd and 7 for the Vikings. 2 receivers to his right, avoiding pressure.
It's a great rollout.
And he just has to take his loss and close to first down.
Didn't quite get there.
Just about 2.
Yep.
So great escape by Post. Just almost just a couple yards short. I would say fantastic play. Take what you're given and take the good with the bad. Just fantastic play.
I mean, he's incredibly mobile and really can diagnose plays well as they're happening for a sophomore especially.
Yeah. Looks like the Vikings are going to go for it here on 4th down and short. Post awaits the snap. And waiting.
I think they're trying to run out the clock at this stage of the game.
Yes, sir. Oh, snap goes over his head. Just got to get onto it. And good play, not letting anything else happen to it, but a fourth down failure of Ethan Post.
Well, you know what I say. That's what you get for going on first down. Or fourth down, excuse me.
Well, my friend, it seems that the fourth down curse has hit the Vikings.
Down, spotted at the Mount Horeb Barneveld 49. For its first and 10 Crusaders.
On a failed fourth down conversion here, the Vikings are on defense. It is Edgewood getting ready to snap the ball here. Snap, running right, breaking tackles, and
another big
gone.
run.
Touchdown.
Touchdown Crusaders.
And once again, I mean, I know I keep saying it, but the outside runs really so far have been killing Mount Horeb Barneveld. That's the third time that they've gotten a touchdown over, 40 yards, I would say?
Yep, a big touchdown by Greg Zentmer.
Yep.
Now, gain point, pending on the extra point, maybe 20 points. And it would be 49-19 here.
Well, the kicker's been 50% for point after so
He
far,
has.
so.
He missed one earlier. Let's see if he can make it now. Snap, hold, kick, and it is good. And
The point is good.
we will have someone here read us a little
Advertisement.
advertisement, yes, sir.
Focus Dog Training provides comprehensive, lasting dog training for families. We offer a suite of high-touch training services that allow us to tailor our approach to your specific needs and produce results regardless of your dog's age. 62873 or visit focuseddogtraining.com to learn more about your free in-home consultation.
Well done, sir.
First one I've ever done of those. That was pretty
job.
exciting. I like that.
You're better than me.
Usually not good at reading aloud, to be honest with you. Like in a classroom,
Oh yeah, me neither.
not great.
Well, I get the sweats. It's horrible.
Stage fright,
Yep, that it is.
big time.
Well, Mount Horeb awaiting the kickoff after probably a 40-yard run by Greg last name Zentmer.
Mount Horeb lining for the onside kick again.
Yep. Looks like Edgewood wants to go for the onside kick, potentially getting the ball back. Last time they kicked it out of bounds. And they just booted away. Running back now. Shakes a couple tackles and is finally brought down. That would be about a 30, maybe 28-yard return by Jack Fry.
That's a solid return, really.
Yeah, it is.
It didn't get a ton of hang time in the air, but
It's a decent return, actually.
yeah.
So that'll set the Vikings up at about not quite the 35, but basically inches away from it, folks.
And at this point, they would probably start to
Just run the clock, I would say,
Right.
yeah. It seems like Percisetti's going to get some more reps. See if snap to post, hands it off to Percisetti, and oh my goodness, breaking tackles! And brought down after a 6-yard gain. The clock will keep running. It is 49-20 Vikings with 1 minute and 53 seconds left.
He's a really good runner. I can't
is.
believe I didn't hear about this. That was great vision. Found a hole, really went through it. Was a little unlucky to get tackled. I think it was a great read by the defensive back there.
Yeah, it was. Good read there. Post gets ready for the snap here. 2 to his right, 1 to his left. And they're waiting out the clock here. And waiting. tackles for about a 2-yard gain.
About a yard short of the first down there.
Yes, I would say about a yard, maybe 2 yards short of the first down. Still a good run, though, I would say.
2 brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 for the Vikings, leading 49-20 with exactly a minute left of the game. So what I would assume here, pick up the first down and just let the clock run out, or even just take a knee here. Student section getting hyped, believing that maybe a win will be in their future. I say maybe because I don't want to jinx it. Handed off to Pertusati, bounces around tacklers and lunges
that could be a
forward
first down.
For potentially a first down. There's not enough time left for Edgewood here in the 4th quarter, but the final score should be 49-20. And I believe the Vikings are just going to wait the clock out. So, a week 1 win for Mount Horeb against the Edgewood Crusaders. Just a great overall game by the Vikings here, and we'll get back to you here in a couple seconds, I should say, with a post-game analysis.